one thing I want to touch on as well, when recently, is I can tell you now, since I'd say probably in the most recent coming weeks, do you know what I started doing as a very good tip, which I recommended to small streamers, is turning your viewer count off. Okay, turning your viewer count off is such a big thing. Okay, when you start streaming, obviously viewer count, it means you got to remember on Twitch, everyone is technically decided how good you are based off of how many viewers are watching you, and to some people it can be really affected. Like if you've got like 2 viewers, your personality or how your vibe is may change if you've got 2 viewers to 10 viewers. If you just started off, obviously you're going to be more excited the fact that you've got more viewers. But yeah, it's been a really big thing for me, I think, recently, because you know, when to grow, it's almost like you got to think of it like it sounds really stupid, but I think of it like Bitcoin in some way, because when you look at your Twitch streams, you're always going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. You've always got to go up to come down to go up. Yeah, that's always going to happen. And I can tell you now, recently, like it makes me feel so much better streaming, not knowing how many people are watching my stream, because all that matters to me is the people chatting in my stream at the time. So it's never really necessary to think about how many viewers you've got, because recently, you know, I feel like my motivation or motive was sort of being reduced heavily by how many people either joined or left. And it's like someone said to me recently, I was watching something, I was watching a podcast, and I can't remember his name. It was about Myth. I think it was Myth's podcast, and he was being interviewed. And the guy said, listen, he says, the thing is, people's minds work differently. And he was saying, like, you know, he was like, for example, if you've got 1,000 viewers right now, and then you suddenly jump to 3,000 viewers, you're going to be like, and you see that, you're going to be so hyped. You're going to be like, what? This is amazing. Obviously, like, but at the same time, you know, you've got to keep on streaming. But in your mind, you've like, oh shit, I've gone up like 2,000 viewers. I must be doing something good. But in the next 10, 20 seconds, if you drop 1,000 viewers, then in your head, you should still be really happy, because you've technically gained 1,000 viewers because you're now on 2,000. But at the same time, if you go to 3,000 and you drop to 2,000, you're now in your head and you're looking at your viewer count and you're like, bro, what's going on? Like, we've gone down to 2,000, and then you feel sad because you've gone down to 2,000. And it's amazing how the mind works, because you're just like, what the hell? Like, why am I being sad? I should be really happy because I've gained 1,000 viewers, not gained 2,000 and lost 1,000. So like, that's like one of the biggest things I think is trying hard to overachieve when you're a streamer. And recently, like, I think to make big strides again is just like making sure you're always focusing on your stream, on yourself, and being the best person you can possibly be at every single time of your stream. And if you're not doing that, then you're always going to be sat pondering on looking at your viewer count, and it's just a terrible way of streaming. And I know everyone wants the high views and stuff, but you're always focusing on the negatives, exactly like you're saying. And whereas you should be focusing on the positives every single time. But unfortunately, people don't work that way, and it's always like, Twitch is just an incredible platform, but you can tell, it's almost bad because you can tell how good a streamer is just by that one number, which is that red number which everyone always focuses on, and it's the viewer count. And it's just terrible how people focus on stuff like that. So trust me when I say this, I feel much better when I've been streaming recently, because I'm always feeling on the same vibe. But like, seriously, if you are a streamer, that is one of the biggest things to do. If you can do that, it's such a good way to ensure that you can, you know, maintain your vibes as well. Okay, you've got to remember, when people raid you, it's the best thing. It's the best thing. You're like, whoa, I got like loads of people just joined. But you've got to remember as well, these people have just joined you, and you want to recognize that. But at the same time, you don't want to sit there like, this happens to me so many times. Well, it's happened to me a big time. I think I got raided by like Annie Fuchsia or something, and she raided me with like 700 people, and I was sat there just going, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and I wasn't actually doing anything. So the people that have raided you are watching someone with like 1,000 viewers all the time, yeah. So it's no different to them to watch a streamer with 1,000 viewers. So raiding a small streamer is obviously good because you're going to give them that amazing feel of getting that amazing accomplishment of bigger viewers. But if they join you and all you're doing is going, oh my god, this is amazing, for the next 10 minutes, I can guarantee you they are not going to be around for 10 minutes. They're going to be there for maybe like a minute, 2 minutes, just to help and support their streamer which was watching you. So it's really important to remain positive or remain in the same way that you were like streaming. So if someone raids you, you'd love to do that recognition, and you're like, whoa, thank you so much and everything, give that recognition, but then go straight back to what you were doing, because everyone is watching you because of what you do. So it's super important, and it took me a while to realize this, because raiding someone's a really good way to gain viewers and stuff, but you've got to remember the chances of someone coming back to you from that raid is minimal. It is so minimal, because you've got to remember, someone watches you because of your personality, your game, okay? If you raid someone, the chances of that new person being exactly the same as you is never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Everyone is different and does different things, so it makes almost like raiding like such a it would, everyone's like, I want 1,000 raids. If I had a raid with 1,000 people, I would be a big streamer. It doesn't work like that, because they're supporting their streamer by coming to you. So you've got to make yourself stand out and carry on doing what you normally do and what you do best. So if they then stay and they watch what you're doing for the next 3 minutes and they enjoy it, then they'll stay. But for the next 3 minutes, if you're sat there going, oh my god, thank you so much, I don't know what I'm doing. Obviously, everyone is always in that mood. But you've got to remember, that is something that's really important, because if you do manage to switch off that switch and then you crack on with doing what you're doing, then you may have a chance at people dropping back, because that's how you gain other people. That's basically how you can pick up other people. But because you've just been raided by 1,000 people, it doesn't mean 500 of those people are going to follow you and come back. But it's so true. It's straight facts, okay? And it's just like every small streamer always says, I'm streaming, but I've got like 5 viewers. If I had 50 viewers, I would be a better streamer. Well, obviously you'd be a better streamer because you've got 50 viewers, but it doesn't work like that, because even though you've got 50 viewers, you've still got to entertain those viewers. But everyone always thinks if you've got a more active chat, it's going to be easier, which it is. But that doesn't mean that you can be amazing at responding to 50 people at once. That takes a skill as well as playing the game. That's one of the biggest things of being a streamer, right? Like, if you can maintain your interactions with the chat whilst playing your game, you have the potential to be something great. But it's important, if you can maintain that chat, then you've got to make sure that you're providing the content in the game, because no one's going to sit in your chat just to talk to you unless you're playing just chatting. I mean, that's basically it, right? So you've just got to make sure, if you can speak to the chat, you've already got probably the hardest thing on lock. So when you're playing World of Warcraft, you've just got to make sure you're providing that content. And unfortunately, there's so many people who stream World of Warcraft. It's like streaming Warzone. Like, there's thousands of people that stream Warzone, and unfortunately it's such a hard market to get into, which is why I love World of Warcraft, because it's so, like, there's a big community in World of Warcraft. But you've got to remember, there's so many good people in Modern Warfare and Warzone. There's probably like thousands and thousands that are super amazing, probably better than current streamers, right? But you will never know that, because they don't have the chance to get good. So you've just got to make sure you're always acting 100% on your stream, which is why, like, I've got such high vibes all the time. You don't really see me not at high vibes or not responding to the chat unless I'm super busy. Because in my eyes, if I don't feel like I should be streaming because I'm bored or I feel bad today, you shouldn't stream at all. Because let's say, for example, your friend has recommended you to someone else because you were like, oh my god, this Discodiddy guy is great. He's like the best guy. He's like so hyper and everything. You want to go in this stream. Yeah, say one day I felt really ill. I didn't feel under the weather. And that person joined my stream and I was sat here like this, just like, you know, not talking, just playing the game, you know. And this guy will join. He'd be like, are you sure you meant this guy? He's different. He's completely different to what you suggested. So if you can't maintain that energy, then you've just got to look for something else. So you've just got to remember that, because people always love to see, you know, people popping off. So that's just basically it, you know. It's super, super important to maintain that that chat as well. Like, you know, no one wants to join a streamer with zero chat, you know. No one wants to even join a streamer if they're not talking. So why would someone want to talk in your chat if they're not talking, you know? Because they feel like they're not going to get a response anyway because they're not talking to the chat anyway. Respect that you can maintain the energy. Yes, thank you. It's tough and stuff, you know, but I enjoy it. I get a level of I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's just something that goes through my mind all the time. I love it, and I love entertaining, and I love speaking to people, and it's just really fun.